can't stop the signal now.
This is the commander of Rebel Squadron, calling on the negotiator. Do you read us? General Skywalker, we are being overwhelmed on Kamino by General Grievous and his droid army. We need reinforcements. Send everything you've got. Your only chance of repelling the invaders, General Skywalker. You are our only hope.
Status of Commander, unknown. Will attempt to re-establish contact.
Welcome back to Rebel Squadron, and today we have a very special video for you because we have managed to unlock General Anakin Skywalker. Yeah, who doggy. This has been a long time in the making. Spent the last like 8-10 months focusing almost exclusively on building up my squads here for this event. And after countless hours of research, watching videos, and playing around with my squads during the events, trying to get that victory, we finally made it, folks. Ooh, doggy, boom, chakalaka. Yep, we've got ourselves a real live General Anakin Skywalker. And this video is going to help you get a better grasp of the event in the hopes that you will be able to breeze your way through to your very own General Anakin Skywalker for your roster. So, all right, folks, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Okay, so next let's talk about the automatic conditions of restarting the fight, because the last thing you want to do is waste your time trying to beat this battle when you have virtually no chance of making it happen. Now, the two key conditions to achieving victory and not needing to restart, at least at the very beginning, you do not want to lose a fighter before you're able to take General Anakin down for that first time. If you lose a fighter before you can get his protection down, you're probably going to want to go ahead and just restart right from there. Because without that full squad to get that damage in on 5s and hopefully a second target, you have very little to no chance of actually achieving victory. And the second key condition for an immediate restart, if you get any stuns or dazes on any of your squad, with the possible exception of Asajj, especially if it's early on in the fight, especially before you take General Anakin down for the first time, then you're probably going to want to go ahead and just restart the battle, because that's going to greatly diminish your damage output and make it virtually impossible to get rid of General Anakin's protection and take him down with a full squad so you can focus on 5s and hopefully a secondary target. So in my experience, those are the two key conditions to knowing whether or not to continue the battle or to go ahead and retreat and start it right over. Because the last thing you want to do is spend countless hours trying to fight a futile battle. Take it from me, folks. It took me, like a solid week of constant battling and playing with my mods, watching these videos over and over again, trying to figure out and unlock the secrets of this fight. And I am very confident that I have in fact done that. Everybody talks about, well, you need this much health, this much protection, blah, blah, blah. And I am speaking with 99.999% certainty. All you need is the right speed and speed priority for your squad. You get the right amount of speed on there, you get the right turn priority at the very start of the battle. You do not need those relic characters, even though it might provide a bit more survivability. Relics alone are not going to make it possible for your squad to survive. So it's all about speed and turn priority. I can't stress this enough. That is literally all that this fight is about. Alright, so let's go ahead and break down the absolutely vital, most basic conditions needed for victory in this fight. Your droideka has got to go first. He's got to be the first one out of the gate so that he can get his shield up, get that damage immunity going, which opens up the door for him to provide those continuous assists throughout the entire battle. Next, your squad has got to be able to resist those stuns and buff removal as well as those dazes. That will prevent your entire squad from being able to counterattack, from being able to provide assist attacks, and will greatly diminish your damage output. So other than the speed, priorities and whatnot, the other major factor to victory is going to be RNG, which you have absolutely no control over. This is why the health and protection really doesn't matter that much, and it's all about the speed and turn priority, because without that RNG, it does not matter how well geared or relic your characters are, they are not going to be able to survive that onslaught. However, if you get the right RNG in your favor, your squad will be able to get the job done, even without, like, you know, being Gear 13 or relic characters. And this is really going to come in when the 501st squad is going after your squad. You want them attacking either your Magna Guard or your droideka with that damage immunity up, because that will greatly increase your entire squad survivability. And one thing I've noticed, I've looked through the droideka's kit and I can't find any wording to support this, but it seems that when droideka uses his destructive armament and actually takes down the target, he does seem to get his damage immunity back, to get that shielding back. So that is also pretty vital to being able to maximize your damage output. So, you know, if that's the case, then when your droideka is able to take down an enemy, gets that shielding back, it continues that cycle without him having to get that cooldown back on his shield. And that does make a big difference there. So these are the vital conditions to victory here. Without these happening, taking place throughout the battle, you pretty much have no chance of winning. I spent countless hours and hours fighting these battles, swapping out mods. I spent literally 100 million in-game credits on the mods, trying to find that right combination with different stats, priorities, and stuff like that. And none of it mattered until I focused 100% on the speed and turn priority. So you do not have to have top tier super mods on every single one of your characters. All you need is that speed and turn priority and RNG luck in your favor. That is literally all it takes to beat this event. And that does not require spending tons of money. That does not require super duper mega mods. You can get the Gear 12, and if you're having trouble with the speed, you get those 3 pieces on the right side that grant those speed boosts, and that should be more than enough to get you through this fight if you're looking to achieve it through the bare minimum. The relics will help, but they are not vital. Okay, so these are the key conditions to victory. They're not as vital as the previous conditions, but they are necessary to help maximize your chances of victory. Now, that droideka shield is vital to getting those assists, and the more the droideka assists, the greater the damage output and the better your chances of finishing off the 501st. Okay, so as the battle starts, these are the key conditions to victory. This is the type of stuff that you need to happen in order to maximize your chances of winning this battle. So if your droideka is the first one out of the gate, you got to get that shield up so you can provide those assists to everybody in his squad as they attack. When Asajj pops up, if you need to use her heal ability in order to protect her from taking damage, that should still call in the droideka if you have that RNG luck on your side. And the more that the Magna Guard taunts throughout the battle, the more he's going to take the hits and protect the rest of the squad and keep them alive until you're able to take down that 501st. Now, your first goal is to take down General Anakin, to clear out his protection and get him to drop down before the rest of the 501st takes their shots. Now, oftentimes 5s would get his attack in, but that's less of an issue. As long as the rest of the squad is not jumping into the fight before you're able to get your initial onslaught going, then you have a pretty good chance of winning. Now, once you take General Anakin down for the first time, if you don't know anything about the 501st, you're going to want to go after 5s first thing, because if you don't, and you take down one of the other 501st, he's just going to sacrifice himself so that they can stay in the battle, and that will take him out of the fight. However, it will also grant the entire squad his stats, and once that happens, you have virtually no chance of winning this fight. So it's absolutely critical that you target 5s first and take him down as fast as you can. Now, when the Magna Guard gets his turn, I found that it does seem to help to stun Rex. I tried 5s, I tried stunning Echo, I tried stunning Arc Trooper, and stunning Rex is probably going to be your best bet. Now, that's not set in stone, but here's why that's probably your best chance of victory. Because Rex does have the ability to remove all of the debuffs to give his squad mates a tenacity boost, and most importantly, he gives a major turn meter boost to the entire squad. And I can't say this enough, this battle is all about speed and turn meter. Health, protection, all this stuff is secondary to that speed, turn priority, and turn meter. That's literally all this battle is about, folks. Sorry. And that is why you probably want to focus on stunning Rex when you get the opportunity. Now, if he is stunned, you got the opportunity to stun somebody else, go ahead. Now, once you take down 5s, the target priority is kind of flexible there. But I did find that when I went after Rex next, I did seem to have a better chance of victory. I got closer to victory, at least, if I didn't outright finish the fight. But it's also going to depend on the health of the other 501st squad. If Rex still has a lot of health and protection and one of the other guys is hurting pretty bad, then you're probably going to want to go ahead and finish that one off before focusing on Rex. But if you have a good chance at targeting Rex and taking him down fast, yeah, that would probably be my recommendation. Now, when it comes to B2's kit and he gets that bonus turn meter, when an ally is evaded or receives damage. So that is where the AoE attacks come in, like with Asajj, for example. When she does that AoE attack, there is a pretty good chance somebody's going to evade her attack, which is going to boost the B2's turn meter and give him the opportunity to come in. So that is something to keep in mind. If your Asajj and or B2 are hurting, you might want to go with Asajj's heal ability or basic attack, because if you don't necessarily want B2 to get that turn meter at that time, then you're going to want to actually minimize the chance of that happening. Once again, it comes down to your squad and the conditions of the battle in that moment. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at a winning battle here. Now, I actually was able to do 2 back-to-back wins, and then the next day I was able to do another win in short order just to verify. So I am 99.9% certain that speed and turn priority are the 2 single defining factors in being able to win this battle. So don't stress out about not having relic characters. Don't stress out about not having the best mods and the best gear. As long as you meet those minimum gear and speed type requirements, you should have a pretty good chance of completing this battle. All right, so we have the start of the battle here, and Droideka gets his turn. Boom, he gets his shield up. He's got that damage immunity. He's ready to go. When his turn comes back around, he's going to be armed for bear. As you saw, 5s came in with his attack. He was able to get his first turn in. It was not a counterattack, nothing like that. And this brought in the Magna Guard for his own counterattack. And as you can see, that counterattack brought that taunt up on the Magna Guard. Folks, this is about as perfect a start to the fight as you could possibly hope for. This fight was actually almost the best optimal RNG that you're going to want to see in your own battle here. Okay, so now it's Asajj's turn. Boom, she brings in the AoE, and as you saw, the Droideka came in for that bonus attack. That provides a significant and vital amount of damage to General Anakin Skywalker's protection, as our goal is to get him down before he can take his turn and before the rest of the 501st squad can get their stuff going. Now here comes General Anakin Skywalker and 5s for their counterattacks. Magna Guard takes the hits and he's looking good. Now it's the B2's turn. Now since the Magna Guard has the taunt, we're going to go ahead and use his AoE to boost turn meter and keep those debuffs coming. As you saw, the Droideka did get his bonus attack turn, which is absolutely vital. General Anakin brought in his counterattack, but it had no choice but to lay the smackdown on the Magna Guard. Yeah, and as you saw, 5's got his own counterattack in, and Arc jumped in with his bonus attack. The Magna Guard is taking a beating at this time, but that is his job, and so far he is still standing. So now it's the B2's turn again. He goes and brings in that counterattack. We get the assist from the Droideka. This is some of the best possible RNG you can hope for. General Anakin gets his counterattack in. and his protection is gone, which opens up the gate for us to go after the 501st directly. Now it's B1's turn, so we're going to want to heal up that Magna Guard while shifting our target priority over to 5s. So we get his health and protection up on Magna Guard. We get the AoE attack on the entire squad. Unfortunately, we did not get an attack from the Droideka, but we are looking pretty good at this point. None of the other 501st have gotten an attack in. Echoes has not managed to get any stuns or dazes in, and things are looking just about almost perfect at this point. Okay, so now it's B2's turn again. He gets that bonus turn meter, which is why his speed priority is not very high on the list. He brings in the AoE. The Droideka jumps in for another assist. The Droideka has assisted on almost every attack except for maybe 1 or 2 that I've noticed. And this is vital to being able to defeat this battle. Now, 5s brings his attack in, and the Magna Guard gets his counterattack, refreshes that taunt, and Droideka comes in for another bonus attack. Okay, so now it's the Magna Guard's turn. We're going to go ahead and shift our focus to Rex here, and we're going to see if we can get that stun on Rex. That will make it impossible for him to boost the entire squad's turn meter for the 501st, and give us a much better chance of taking down 5s. Now boom, we get the stun, and that is key. 5s can't get that tenacity up, remove those debuffs, and get that turn meter boost. Now it's B2's turn again. Let's see if we can get an assist from Droideka here. Okay, so we did not get an assist. We got the taunt on Magna Guard. He takes the hits. The Arc comes in with his attack. Magna Guard is still standing, and it is now B2's turn. Now he uses his AoE. Magna Guard takes the counterattack. Droideka comes in for the bonus attack. Now we actually get pretty lucky here. Boom. Without even have to do anything. The 501st brings in their attacks. We get the counterattacks, the bonus attacks from the Droideka. And without having to use the destructive armament, we're able to take 5s down, folks. This is an optimal RNG setting at this point. So we got the Magna Guard. We're going to go ahead and get it. Well, we try to get the stun over on Echo. It doesn't happen. But at least we do have a stun on 5s. And Droideka was able to come in with some bonus attack. Now General Anakin is back on his feet. He gets his attack in on the B2. B2's not looking too good. However, we have 6 stacks on his generator for the Droideka. And his destructive armament is ready to go. If you can't use it on one of the clones, you will definitely want to use it on General Anakin in order to get his protection down as quickly as possible. Boom, and there you go. That one attack from destructive armament brings General Anakin down to his knees for a second time. Folks, we're looking so good at this point. Even with the loss of Magna Guard. So now it is B1's turn. We're going to go ahead and bring some heals over on the B2, keeping the fights for as long as possible. Hopefully we're going to get an assist from the Droideka. So, no assists. We had the dazes on the B2 and Asajj. The Droideka did not jump in. But as you saw, the B1, it was able to finish off Echo, which leaves us with Rex and Arc. And, ooh, yeah, folks, this was a really nice fight right here. Yeah. We get the counterattacks from the 501st. Asajj comes in for a smack on Rex and bringing him close to going down. Rex gets that tenacity up with the bonus turn meter. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage at least. Asajj comes in with her basic. Boom, B1 assist. Takes Rex down for the fight. Now we got Arc. Trooper still standing. B1 comes in for the smackdown. Get the basic. Boom, down he goes. All we got left is General Anakin Skywalker here, folks. We're getting down here. We are close to victory. Come on, Clankas. I never thought I'd be rooting for these little tin cans here, but down goes Asajj, and that's okay because she's not a huge damage dealer. She just brings in the assist. Droideka takes a shot. Boom, in comes Anakin. Lays a smackdown on the B2. B2 still standing, but boom, down he goes. Now we get the B1. Gonna go ahead and bring in his basic. Tordeka doesn't need any heals. Boom, we get the big old destructive armament. General Skywalker. Boom, down he goes. Yeah, and folks, that is how you unlock General Anakin Skywalker. Oh my goodness, folks, after a week of trial and error, practice, research, spending 100 million credits inside the game. Oh my gosh. Even, this is after the fact, and it's still exciting for us. Oh my goodness, who doggy. Folks, this was somewhere between like 8-10 months of non-stop, highly focused grinding. I did spend money on the game for the specific character. And in general, I still will not be spending money on the game. However, I'm not going to lie, I did spend a little bit of money in the last week to get the squad prepared because I had already invested so much in unlocking this character. So this will be the last time I spend money on this game for the time being. And the only reason I spent the money is because this character is going to provide a decisive advantage to my roster. And I had already invested so much in my squads in order to unlock this character. I made this one exception. I did drop a few bucks to get these squads up to the proper fighting level. I did it for myself, I did it for my guild, and I did it for my channel. And now that it is done, I'm done spending money altogether. So now I just want to start off by saying that what you're about to see here, in all honesty, it really doesn't matter that much. And I will explain to you why after you finish taking a look at my squad's gear and mod levels. So let's go ahead and take a look at the gear and mod build that I have for my squad here that was able to get that victory. And we'll go ahead and start with B2 Battle Droid. Super Battle Droid, rather. Not sure if these droids are programmed to take offense like that or not. Though listening to those B1s constantly chatter, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so as you can see, I actually have a full set of potency mods on my B2 Super Battle Droid. And he's sitting at a speed of 142 and health of 34k and protection of 67k. Now, with the B2, you don't need a high amount of speed, and here's why. Now, with that Relentless Barrage, B2 has a 40% chance to gain 100% turn meter whenever another ally is evaded or damaged by an attack. So because of this ability, B2 does not need to have the best, fastest speed mods. So especially if you're a free-to-play player or a newer player, and you just don't have that mod reserve in your inventory, like maybe a whale would or somebody who's been playing for 5 years. Now keep in mind, I have been playing for a long time, about 5 years at this point, and even I still had trouble coming up with the right mods for this particular squad, which I put a lot of effort into it. I put 100 million in-game credits into this squad for this one battle. Constantly just swapping them out. Oh my lord, don't get me started. So this is why I'm going to try and distill this down to the barest essentials that will be the key to victory for literally any player in the game. So because of this ability, B2 does not need your best speed mods. So next we're going to go ahead and take a look at Asajj Ventress. As you can see, I've got 4 health mods and 2 potency mods on her, and 3 of which are only sitting at purple. She has 220 speed, 25k health, and 35k protection. So as you can see, she does not have like top tier numbers there, but she was able to provide, pretty good amount of support to get us to that victory. Now the reason she doesn't have my best speed mods is this. Now she is in the lead slot for this battle, where Night Sister allies have plus 30 speed, and it's my understanding that does apply to her. So she, with that speed boost, she actually has a higher amount of speed there. In this case, it would make it about 250 there. So it's not as vital for her to have that top amount of speed. Plus, it's also not vital for her to do like a high amount of damage output. She's more there to provide a certain measure of support and take some of the hits, though she does have the ability to provide some benefit to the fight. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the B1 Battle Droid. This is not quite so super. As you can see, I have 4 offense and 2 potency mods, one of which is still in the blue range. He only has 217 speed with 48,000 protection. So once again, it is not necessary for B1 to have a high amount of speed, and here's why. So with that Roger, when another Separatist ally uses an ability during a turn, B1 assists, dealing 40% less damage, limit once per turn. When another droid ally uses a special ability, B1 gains 15% turn meter. So not only is he assisting whenever a Separatist ally uses an ability, he's also gaining turn meter whenever they use a special ability. So this mitigates the need for those speed mods for the B1 battle droid. And that's also why you want to build up his offense as much as possible. As you can see, my B1 battle droid is sitting at 8,000 damage on his normal attack. With all of those assists, the higher his offense, the higher his damage output, the higher his damage potential. Then with all of those assists, the higher his damage output is going to be. And that's going to be one of the vital factors to being able to win this battle. So speed is less important with the B1, and offense is critical. And then we're going to take a look at the dreaded droid deca. So as you can see, I've got 2 offensive mods, 2 health mods, a potency mod, and a critical damage mod. It is a Frankenstein mod setup. The reason being, well, the speed was key here. You want the droideka fast enough to where he's the first one off the line, but then he's not so fast to where he's going to get his turn back around, and he's not going to have enough shield stacks to be able to do that devastating output with that destructive armament. It is very much a balancing act there. This battle, just much like Phase 2, it is all about the speed, folks. You have to have the right amount of speed at the right levels on the right characters. That is the defining factor with this battle. And the reason he doesn't need a higher amount of speed is right here. With his deflector shield generator, droideka has plus 50% speed and plus 25% evasion unless it has damage immunity, and that's his shield. So before he gets his shield up, he's going to have a whole lot more speed there. With that 50%, that's going to put him over 300 speed when he's sitting at 226. And then once he gets that shield up, if droideka has damage immunity, it has minus 50% speed and a 30% chance to assist, dealing 50% less damage whenever another Separatist ally uses an ability limited once per turn. This is also key to victory here, folks. So once again, you do not need super top tier speed mods on your droideka because his ability has a pretty major impact on that. And you don't want him going too fast, but you don't want him going too slow. You got to get him right in that range there where he's the first one out of the gate so he can get his shield up and provide those continuous assists, but not so fast that where he is not getting those shield charges to provide that big hit with that destructive armament. Which is why I was able to get away with these Frankenstein mods. And as far as the droideka goes, if you do have the right mods and you can get his speed at the right level using offensive mods, you probably want to focus on those as much as possible. If you don't have the right offensive mods, then just focus on that speed. So ultimately, getting him in that sweet spot where he's going to be able to get the optimal number of attacks in, that's going to be more of a factor than his sheer overall damage output. Plus, unless you're a whale and you've been playing a long time, the simple fact is that you're going to have to work with what you got. Alright, and last but not least, let's take a look at the Magna Guard. So with him, I was able to get a full set of speed mods on him, plus 2 defensive mods. This provided him with 66k health, 83k protection, and 217 speed. Now with the Magna Guard, you do want to get your speed up as much as possible. He does not have any of those speed benefits, and you want him to be able to get his attacks in as much as possible, because with his attacks, in order for Magna Guard to get his taunt, he needs to be able to provide an attack. Now it is my understanding that when he counterattacks, that will bring up the taunt, but whenever he uses any of his attacks, any of his abilities, it will put a taunt on him for 1 turn. So you want him taking a turn as much as possible. The 501st Squad has the ability to remove taunts and to stun, So if you do happen to have those top tier speed type mods, you're probably going to want to put them on Magna Guard. So with a speed of 217, he was able to get a decent number of hits in and whatnot. And as you saw there, he does have a 70% chance to counterattack, which did seem to bring up this taunt every time he did. And that's going to rely a lot on the RNG factor, if it's an AoE attack or if they just happen to attack Magna Guard instead of one of the other characters. So yeah, with this battle, there's a lot of RNG going on, even with your even if you have your top relics, top mods, and whatnot. So yeah, you definitely want to make Magna Guard a priority for speed. So to recap, you got your B1, your B2, and your Droideka. You don't need top tier speed mods because they have their kit provides them with speed boosts, which are vital to victory in this battle. With Asajj, if you have the speed mods, go ahead and put them on her. But if you have to choose between her and Magna Guard, I would definitely say put them on Magna Guard. That is going to make a huge difference throughout the battle because you want the Follower First squad going after Magna Guard as much as possible. And there is one more thing regarding the B2 and the Magna Guard. If you do have good critical avoidance arrow mods, you're going to want to put them on your Magna Guard and your B2 because that will mitigate a lot of the damage that's going to be coming at him. The Magna Guard especially, if you get really good RNG on your side, he's going to be taking a lot of hits, and that critical avoidance is going to really prolong his survivability there. So if you do have those mods and can still get his speed up to a good level, you definitely want to plug that one in. However, if you do not have a huge inventory of top tier mods, you are definitely going to want to focus more on the speed, because the more speed, the more your squad's going to be able to take their turns and help each other out while getting that damage in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the battle. I hope these tips really help you out on your path of legends. And I hope it gives you hope that you don't need to be a whale. You don't need to have top-notch gear and mods. Remember, speed, turn priority, put the best mods you've got. If you don't have those top tier mods, don't stress it. You can win this fight because it is designed around speed, folks. That's all it is. You don't have to have insane amounts of health and protection, all that stuff. Every little bit helps to improve your chances, but it is not necessary. And quite frankly, that is the dirty little secret the CG does not want you to know about this fight. Even though they've probably already made the lion's share of revenue that they're probably going to make from this character. So with that said, have hope, folks. You can do this. You don't need to be a whale. You don't need to have those top tier mods in gear or in the relics. These simple tricks will get you that victory. So with that said, recruit, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to join the squadron, all you have to do in the list is hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the canteen, recruit. And this round of drinks is on me. With that said, this is Rebel Squadron out. Cool doggy.
It is time to bring the pain, recruit.
Can't stop